Welcome home, brave heroes. I'm Ash. This is Ash Quest, and it's time once again this Tuesday to return to Firetop Mountain and face the dreaded Zagor. We will be doing this by traversing the maze of Zagor, in which we currently find ourselves once again lost. Indeed, when we last left our hero, Sir Pan, he slumped to the ground after pushing in an errant rock that supposedly set off some kind of sleeping trap. And now we are not totally sure where we are on our map. We do know that we are standing at a bend in a passage where we may either go west or south. So I have to think about where that could be. Either west or south means that the corner is going to be turning sort of, it's the upper right section of a square, but I don't really see anything like that here. So we're just gonna have to take note and carefully explore. Let's go west. Oh, no. We want to check for secret passages on the way westwards. So we're gonna turn to 14. Yeah, that brings us way back in this book. There are no signs of any secret passages, but you suddenly hear footsteps coming towards you. To find out what's coming, turn to 161. Oh, great. Well, we'll have to write down the reference, which is 117. And that is how random battles in this book work. We have a battle page that we've been instructed to go to. And we're going to go there, find out what monster we are going to fight, which is what we get for searching around, trying to be careful. So we'll just go to 117 as soon as we have defeated this monster. Not really a save point per se, just a note to remind me where I'm going. Let's go to 161 and see if somehow, some way, the monster that we find poses any sort of threat. Once again, this is the common table of monsters. We will roll a d6 to determine what we are facing at this time. And at the roll of a 3, we will be facing a gremlin with a skill of 6 and a stamina of 4. 2 hits will take out this gremlin without any issues whatsoever. But the gremlin does have an attack roll, and so that gremlin's attack roll is 8 plus the 6 is 24. Why did I say 24? That is 14. That is the total attack roll of the gremlin. Sir Pan watches the gremlin carefully. It seems to have recently eaten and has tufts of fur. Perhaps it used to be some other kind of creature, something from the 80s perhaps. Now, the gremlin leaps forward and Sir Pan counters with his own attack and easily deflects the gremlin's attack while at the same time knocking him into the wall. The gremlin jumps again with an attack roll of 7 plus the skill of 6. This, being a 13, is something Sir Pan can effortlessly avoid, and he does so. Predictable, this gremlin. Powerful, this Sir Pan. With another strike, this time with his fist, not even daring to get his sword dirty. Sir Pan knocks the gremlin into the wall where he falls to the floor and does not move again. Now we shall travel to 117. But that gremlin really got into my head there, made me confused. 117 is an east-west passageway. To go east, turn to 354. To go west, turn to 308. Well, we were already east, so we're going to continue to go west, I think. So we're going to turn to 308. And again, I'm not totally sure where we could be here on my map. So west we go, 308. We're standing at a crossroads. To the west, the passageway goes on a few meters and turns northwards. To the north, the passageway ends at a door. To the east, the passage continues and eventually turns southwards. Looking south, the passage goes on as far as you can see. Now, wait just a minute. I wasn't here, right? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's the case at all. This is a tough one, boys. This is a tough one. Perhaps... No, I have no idea where I am. We're going to have to temporarily sketch out our path, we were in a west and south bend. Then we were in an east to west corridor. Now we are at a crossroads where we can, to the west, the passageway goes only a few meters and turns northwards. North, it ends at a door. And south kind of goes as far as we can see. So, I don't think I have anything like that over here. This is brand new to me. Perhaps this is here. Perhaps this ends up, yeah, because if we go west a little bit, that's going to go up. So it could be here. It could be here. That would be okay. That'd be all right. Honestly. And if I went back east and then south, maybe the passageway would connect here. So maybe I was only drug up just a little bit around the corner here. That would be fine. That would be fine. But we have to determine where this is. So let's go south. Because if I go south and it turns out that we are in another crossroads where the north has a door, I'll know where we are and I'll actually be able to fill in quite a bit of this map here. So south we go, and 160. I'm so glad I'm fighting the urge to constantly be going like north and east. South and west are the ways to go. You follow a long, narrow passageway, which goes south, then east, then south again. What? Okay, so I'm not where I thought I was. Oh my goodness. Zagor's maze is winning, all right, until you eventually find yourself at a crossroads. Turn to 267. Oh, you now stand at a crossroads. Don't worry, I'm not really frustrated. I'm just wondering how I can win this maze. Let's go west, and we'll turn to 79. I think my only real issue is that I'm second guessing myself. I wonder if I have messed something up. On the map that I drew. 79, the passageway ends in front of you in a dead end. If you wish to search for secret passageways, turn to 137. If not, return to the crossroads at 267. So, west is a dead end. And to be honest with you, this... Oh, wait a minute. This looks like it could match this. So if I went north, I could be at a crossroads. I'm not totally sure, but it looks like there's going to be a crossroads next to this crossroads, and that could be where this was. It's possible, okay? It's possible. We'll return to the crossroads at 267. I don't feel like stepping onto a trap or anything at this time, so 267 it is. I already woke up and I'm trying to get my bearings. I can't do that twice in a row. 267, you now stand at a crossroads, and I'm sure I've been here before now, but let's go this time. Let's go east and turn to... No, let's go south. We'll turn to 246, because if this passage is described as going south, then west, then south again, I'll know where exactly I am. So south, 246. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You set off along a cobbled passageway. It swings west, then south, then west again until you find your way to Three-Way Junction. I knew it. I knew it. All right, so now I just have to transfer this image onto this map. And to do that, here is what I will need to do. We'll go north, west, north. And I think this is somewhat... Oh, God. Bear with me just a second. All right, this looks a little bit strange, but this is more or less where I was. I'm wondering if I go back to my original crossroads, where I woke up to the east of, and then I proceeded to go west, how that would connect to that crossroads, what would be behind that door. That's what I'm wondering currently. But now we go back north. No, go back east, turning to 70. We follow the cobbled corridor east, then north, then east again, and finally north until we wind up at a crossroads, turn to 267. And now at this crossroads, which is here, we are going to go back north, turn to 312, a long narrow passageway which goes north, then west, then north again, and eventually at a crossroads, which is here, turn to 308. And then we are going to go west for purely just trying to link these two passageways together. So west we go 187. You're standing in the corner of a bend in the passage. To the north, the passage ends in a dead end. Ah, good. Good. We can also investigate that. To investigate this, turn to 171. Sure, let's go turn to 171. Just so we're all on the same page. I know I'm going to regret this. You are standing at the north end of a short north-south passage. You are at a dead end. To investigate the wall, turn to 337. Well, yes, of course, that's what I want to do. You find no secret passages, but as you press the walls, you hear a click. You feel dizzy and slump to the ground. When you come to, the surroundings look strange. Turn to 267. You now stand at a crossroads. Oh, actually, there's the bow and arrow, so I pretty much know where I am. I'm pretty sure that that's exactly where these crossroads are, so I'm going to go north and turn to 312. Yes, north, west, then north again. I was correct at this assessment. This time I'm going to go north through the door, but first I have to turn to 308 to get to that option. And now, to go north, turn to 54. Finally, we will be approaching this brand new door and exploring. You are standing outside a door at the north end of a north-south passage. To go south, turn to 308. To go through the door, turn to 179. Ah, yes, you have entered a large square room. Broken pottery lies scattered all about. One large clay vase is untouched and is full of clear liquid. A large bowl is full of gold coins. As you enter the room, the door slams behind you, and you swing around to face a strange-looking creature, half man, half bull, who is glaring at you. He is a minotaur, and he stalks towards you. He lowers his head, horns pointing at your chest, and charges. You must fight him. The minotaur has 9 skill, actually. So we'll have to use our 10-sided dice to represent this, as well as 9 stamina. So the skill isn't going to move. The stamina will. We will go ahead and represent his stamina using these 2 red dice right here. So with this total of 9, we can begin to chip away at his health. Now, it does have a note about what happens after 3 attack rounds. But I'm going to go ahead and fight him. And we do this now by rolling for the Minotaur's attack. Minotaur rolls a 7. Adding that to his skill of 9 equals 16. This could be a fight that Sir Pan actually finds worthy. 16. And no. With our skill of 12 and our roll of 10, we have absolutely dodged this first attack. The Minotaur charges headfirst into the wall behind us, stopping just short before slamming his head into it and wondering how we were so prepared at this attack. He turns, scuffing his feet, his cloven-hoofed feet, onto the ground, bellows, and charges at us again, but Sir Pan is ready. Sir Pan rolled the enemy's dice outside of the dice tray. With a 6 plus the 9, this is a 15. Sir Pan is able to just barely dodge it with a skill of 12 and a roll of 4, making the total attack power 16. And once again, the Minotaur slams into the wall. I think that I said that this was the skill of the Minotaur and this was the stamina, but they were both 9, so whatever. And so, knowing that this is going to be somewhat of a serious battle, Sir Pan draws his sword and charges at the Minotaur. Wondering if there is any merit to the battle style by taking the sword, putting it above his head like a horn, and bending forward as he charges. Let's see what the Minotaur does to react to this. That's a 5 plus the 9 for a 14. Well, no matter what, we're either going to tie or win, and it looks like the Minotaur was caught so off guard that he was totally taken down by this attack. The Minotaur is on his back, flailing about, bellowing, stamping his feet, and very angry. It is seeing red and jumps to its feet. 9, 10, 14. Another weak attack. Sir Pan is able to scuff the ground with his own booted feet and runs, charging at the Minotaur again, this time scoring a perfect attack, nailing the Minotaur right into the torso, throwing it across the room. It's only going to take one more attack to bring this thing down, and it charges in desperation at our hero. this time with a respectable 9 plus 9 for an 18. Can Sir Pan dodge this one? Whoops, we don't count the dice outside the tray. No! For the first time, Sir Pan is caught off guard by this attack and actually is very close to being gored. Both of the horns indeed go around Sir Pan's body, and the skull, the thick hide of the head, as well as the skull of the Minotaur slam into him, taking him back most assuredly, bringing his stamina down by 2. And so Sir Pan has been struck for the first time in a long time. A sort of playful grin plays across Sir Pan's face as he knows he finally has a battle to remember, and he takes his sword in hand in a proper stance and lunges at the Minotaur, ready to use his strength to honor this beast and its death. The Minotaur has another 9. This time, Sir Pan is not ready again. The Minotaur has avoided this attack and slams a fist into Sir Pan's chest as he gets near. Another round of combat. Sir Pan's smile only grows wider. He's happy to be challenged in this way, and he knows he can't go easy on this beast. He lunges again, but this time the Minotaur has an 11 plus his 9 for a total of 20. Will Sir Pan be able to avoid this attack? Actually, yes. This time, the skill of 12 plus the roll of 10 is a 22, and with this, Sir Pan very skillfully, very deftly dodges whatever the Minotaur had going on and plunges his sword deep into the Minotaur's back, felling the beast for good. I forgot to read what happens after 3 attack rounds. That was too exciting. After 3 attack rounds, you maneuver yourself around to be able to run through the door. If you wish to escape at this time, turn to 54 and pay the penalty. If you continue fighting and kill him, turn to 258. Well, that's what we're going to have to do then. And I'm going to have to make sure to put this room and try to draw a sort of cow skull with horns. Here we go. Good enough. Good enough for me. So we are going to turn to 258. And you sort through the broken pots and find little of interest. The liquid looks, smells, and tastes like water. The coins in the pot are fraud. 8 genuine gold pieces line the surface of the pile, and you may take these, but underneath are merely painted pieces of pot. As you tip the base out, it slips and breaks. A red-colored key appears, hidden inside a false bottom in the bowl. You may take this key. It is inscribed with the number 111. You may rest here and eat some provisions. You may add 2 luck points for defeating the Minotaur. Finally, you leave the room. Turn to 54. I have scored a red key, and that, friends, is where I must obtain my character sheet. 111, red key. 2 keys have I. 2 keys out of, I think, 3. 3 keys, I believe, are famed in opening a door, a special door, in this dungeon. Should I, though? Should I eat a meal? I think I will. I think I will eat a meal. I don't have a problem doing that. That was a great battle. We're going to restore our stamina back to full with that meal. For provision brings us back to 23 stamina. Now, not recorded on the character sheet and having no bearing on the mechanics of this game, Sir Pan will take a bit of the Minotaur's horn as a trophy. He'll have this properly mounted onto a trinket that he can hang onto the wall or carry at his belt or something, or perhaps have it carved into a knife when he gets back to town. And he will get back to town. Oh yeah, I have to get my 8 gold pieces as well. So my gold is currently 67. Let's do a plus 8. And then we will leave the room by turning to 54. And that's where we shall end this video. 54. We are currently where? We are currently here. Just outside the door, really. And that's where we want to be. So I'm going to put a 54 here in a circle just to remind myself where I am. Put an arrow right here, and I'll just leave that there. I don't have any reason to erase it. Brave heroes, thank you so much for joining me on today's adventure. This has been a ton of fun, and it will still continue until we have bested Firetop Mountain in its entirety. I hope that the next episode is the last one in which I will be exploring every nook and cranny of Zagor's maze. There are still quite a few passageways left to uncover and determine where they lead. Where do they go? Do they loop back around? Are there dead ends with more traps? Is Serpan going to get knocked out again and wake up in a different spot in the maze? Well, we are very much equipped to do that now because of how much we've been able to map this. There's just a couple of areas I'm not sure about, like, will this actually attach to this? Or will this end up attaching to this? Did I screw something up in the arrangement of my corridors and crossroads? I've been okay so far, so hopefully not. But either way, we'll find out next time. Thanks again. Comment anything you like down below, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, onward, brave heroes.